If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What, did you expect it to have an entourage? Can you believe this? The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues, of all things. And end up a stiff tangle of limbs on a forgotten beach. I prefer a measured step to a flailing leap, thanks.
traitors. How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
Sharp weapon deals more damage. I run, they fall. I like this game. This is the end for you!
Your grave opens to welcome you.
Yeah.
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside? Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking? Indeed. For all we know, these dark-dealing thieves may be involved with Councillor Jake's murder.
This seems to be broken. Careful! There's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
Than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
seems to be broken. Well, what's this I've spotted? Made short work of that door, but I don't imagine our weapons would survive such use for long. Careful now, that's a trap. this? I found something. I've spotted something interesting. I've spotted something interesting. I think I hear voices downstairs.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
My road is soaked! You better hope there's no hint of a flame in this place. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. No one can get in here but us and the boss. You don't know that! Those cultists have been poking about for days.
I sense enemies nearby.
Explosive flames! This seems to be broken.
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead? A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where is it? I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha! Strange indeed. Robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. The Bloodstone, deliver it now and I may deign to end you quickly. In life, I toil to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profaners and poachers. The legacy of Cecile is mine to preserve. Her traitors are mine to destroy. Run if you like, Defiler. Whichever way you take leads you to the grave.
You don't have a leg to stand on. Missed! To the earth. Face the unending darkness.
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
The time of your death is at hand!
Ready?
Here lies Master Ragequin's second apprentice, killed by dying. Here lies Master Ragequin's first apprentice, killed by a falling corpse.
This is a single malt, imported all the way from Hawkesbury.
Look! A wanderer comes my way, walking the sands upon which this poor shell must suffer. Call me Ishmael, son of the sea, an outcast upon these wretched shores. An exiled shell, doomed to live under a canopy of arid sky. Of course I can talk, don't be silly. There's more tongue to me than heart. Indeed, the surprise should be mine, for I still remember the days when your kind swung from branches and plucked the vermin out of their neighbor's fur. Huh. My fate is a cruel one, I assure you. How many snot-noses have held me up against their dirt? Of course they can hear her, the brats. We are on the very edge of the great aquatic mother, whose embrace I so desperately long for. Time is an indulgent mistress to one who spends happy hours as she passes. But when you're oh, I remember ancient times, for I have lain here since antiquity, when the ruins around us were palaces, and the sun-bleached dead. All this I have seen. Alive! Yes, yes! I, King of Pearls, ache to repose anew on his coral throne. Hurl me toward the water! Swing me as far as your arm's strength gives lease, and treasure long sunk I will grant thee. What do you say, kind knight? Will you return the King of Pearls to the sea, so he may yield you long lost treasure?
Agreed. Let's send him home.
Liberator, kind benefactor, bless me the might of your sea-bound bitch. The sea, I have returned, where every wave feels like a mermaid's kiss. May the bounty of the deep be yours, along with my eternal gratitude.
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single horn in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Sicil. We're legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs, for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We of the Legion, liberators of Riverlon.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
Ever kept the watch? Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. I do declare it's time for this hunter to take another shot. Huzzah!
Aye, a noble word for watchdog, that. For that is what we do. Watch over the local dogs that ever so often aim for one another's throat, and separate them to keep the peace. Separate by the sword, that is.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay. Legion's motto.
Just put a sock in it, will you, Bibius?
So, you're sorcerers, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a 2-bedroom birdcage. They don't prove a thing.
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one. Yeah, he'll squeeze the truth out of you, one way or another.
Agreed. A wizard is bound to know more about what is going on around.
Captain, come along. We're not far from the city. What in the hell's is happening down there? Orcs? Bloody orcs? Come, let's go back to the ridge. Let the source hunters handle their big roots.
On guard!
Your death is at hand! Did you see that? Those orcs had a human commander.
Who was that joker
How
leading
very
those orcs?
curious.
Damn traitor.
And how very
Where are Bibius
disquieting.
and Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
I like you much better with your guts on the floor.
like you much better with your guts on the floor.
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Taken before his time. Far before his time.
I've spotted something interesting.
When this little shattered rage shall liberate the flesh from our patience.
Come now, enough doom and gloom. Huh?
Hail, Source Hunter! Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these cursed beaches. The Legion welcomes you. Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs. It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the cur's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed, orc-loving bedlamites to our list of enemies in Syceal? We Legionnaires are loyal servants to Captain Aureus and the Council of Seven. Been stationed in Syceal for more than a year now, with no end in sight.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one.
Fire! Fire! Come on then, put your backs into it.
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her.
Come on, men. Put your backs into it. Come on, men. Put your backs into it. Lost dogs have learned how to play with fire.
We mustn't let the flames spread to the armor. Come on then, put your backs into it.
What if the orcs are sending another?
Bastard orcs learn how to play with fire.
Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire.
Come on then, put your backs into it.
Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire.
Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her.
We mustn't let the flames spread to the armor.
Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire.
We need more help or she's lost. We mustn't let the flames spread to the harbor. Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire. Come on, men!
Put your backs into it!
I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out the door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
Your gauge, and I'll handle this trip for all our sakes.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you pack a horn on her.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel. Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil.
For an honest day.
Circular from useful gore.
Don't be get people like you can deny it, love.
An orc in love. When this little chat fades, she'll liberate the flesh from our faces.
Come now, enough
One
doom
day,
and
Moira.
gloom.
One day you'll show 'em all.
Upon my trail, I am still.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sakes.
One day, comrade.
I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
Would trust a two-bit blood pushing out of a back-page circular from youthful gore.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
An orc in love. Ha! When this little scum fades, she'll liberate the flesh from our faces.
Come now, enough
I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sakes.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you pack a horn on her head.
Bringing your little orchid house.
Nonsense. Listen. She's purring, darling.
What fool would trust
I
a
said
two-bit
to him,
rock
I said
pushing
myself,
into the
if I
back
don't
cage
start
circular
earning an
beautiful
extra gold
door.
piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what do they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
When this little
Yes,
town
honest pay for an honest day.
reflects from our faces.
Come now. Enough doom and gloom. Cast the doom and sin upon my dear Spanish sin.
You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city. So you were, and so you weren't. Behold, there we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one.
So what do they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek.
Good on you. These boss men
So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, she seems a likely candidate to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow. A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf, and yet I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts, a shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand. Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what do they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature.
Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The Orc siege is yet another hairball stuck in this city's already choking throat, and it shows no signs of abating. We've cordoned off the western beach where most Orc activity has been reported. For the 9 lives of me, I can't seem to figure what they're doing here. There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Maybe they're after some pirate's treasure, the fools.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all.
I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs. But do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Sicil. And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and good luck. May your enemies prove to be mere mice, and you the dauntless mouser.
Sex, undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Ahu mentioned?
I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. And so what do they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sake.
You wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you have the force in your head.
I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. And so what do they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to
Save
my
that sheep all by your lonesome. Quite a feat. If I had the magic touch about me, I'd have lent you my hand too.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. And so what do they say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day. All hail the rain spirit. That was a fine display of magician. I thought the old girl's fate was sealed when the orc shaman set his fiery gaze on her sails. But you managed to rescue her from a watery grave. Closest thing to... All hail the rain spirit. That was a fine display of magicianship, it was. Arhu knew what he was doing, bringing in a sauce hunter, didn't he?
Boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up. Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
I said to him, myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. And so what did he say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Size, seal,
Yes,
size, seal,
honest
shiver
pay
me
for an
timbers
honest
and
day.
sliver me heels. Size, seal, shiver me timbers and sliver me heels.
I said to him, myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold
Steady,
piece
boys,
an hour,
steady.
I'll walk out
We'll be
that door.
leaving as soon as
Good
we're
on
packed
you.
up.
These boss men respect confidence, you know. And so what did he say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky-chan loves him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of
Really?
Devon's carriage for the
The
joyride?
greatest warriors in Rivellon can't cross a rope?
He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail for youthful gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky-chan loves him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Devon's carriage for the joyride?
No, it is. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught.
A home, a livelihood, all sunk in a matter of minutes while we could do nothing but look on.
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky-chan loves him.
I wouldn't let it
Our home, our livelihood, all sunk in a matter of minutes while...
Our home, our livelihood, all sunk in a matter of minutes. Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing shores here in Seal. Bah! Of all the cursed hunks of rock to land on, Conrad chooses this one.
Is that bird?
Who knows if it's even over for sure? Those damn orcs keep sending us these terrible surprises. Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught. Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to youthful gore anymore?
Beacon of youthful gore, that Shores? Here? In Seal? Bah! Of all the cursed hunks of rock to land on, Conrad chooses this'n. And the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for the joyride.
Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub.
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicil?
Now to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Beacon of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Psst! Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for the joyride?
Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Beacon of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orchid charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
worse than being stuck on land. This floor's just too damn steady.
Moo-wee!
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock. I can't even smell the sea air over this rock. Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks. I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
Halt! These gates are to remain closed at all times. Captain's orders. Wait a second. Well, I'll be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter. Sorry for the gruff treatment. I didn't recognize you right away. Please tell me, how can I aid the investigation? You can see security's tighter than ever around here since that surprise attack the Orcs put on a fortnight ago. They did enough damage to shake up Ahu and Captain Aureus something fierce. We can only hope to hold back the undead and these left-field orc attacks long enough for reinforcements to arrive.
In the sea.
I've spotted something interesting.
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized and aerated. Obviously, someone has taken great care to maintain this growth.
You can't insult what's not alive to be offended. I say we dig. I'll not only dig up this grave, but bury you inside it too.
All right, we'll do it your way.
As you prepare to break ground, you gaze at the dirt beneath your feet once more.
I say it's time we respect this sacred ground.
All right, we'll do it.
You step away from the grave.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
Those men hardly say. But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold.
Anybody? Neither of you cares to be.
A source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia, as my memory serves.
Which of you is more deserving of life?
No matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the Order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Yeah? Certainly. What would you like to know?
Of life. Come, make your case.
I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come a step closer. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men. The Councillor, terrible loss that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were...
Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence.
his realm.
My word!
Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour. So ardently did he crave creamy blues and
Fantastic!
ordered a contest across his realm.
You there! You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by a severed head. Step right up!
Fantastic!
Well, hello there!
Today, I think, a king.
Cruel fortune.
Sorry, sir.
What's the status,
Another
soldier?
peaceful day, sir.
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do
Don't
anything.
sit
To
down.
embarrass a
Keep
rich
it
folk
that way.
and get to signing recruits.
Sorry, sir. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come
You
on
think
with the
that's funny,
dramatics. It's
Private?
not as bad as all that.
The face, Furious! She bit me in the face!
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
Sorry, sir.
I wish for you to try it, Screech Woman.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear? Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town. Not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate, Jakes. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now, off Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition. Oh, if you must.
that! No talking to these scoundrels, criminal scum!
Those bolted embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking?
Those bolted embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining,
Come on
recruits.
with the dramatics.
Sorry,
it's not
sir.
as bad as all that.
The face furious.
You think
She
that's
bit me in
funny,
the
Private?
face.
Look on the bright...